and we're gonna distribute. I don't see much in the way of like we're gonna end up with some like terms that we can add, but I do see distributive property kind of everywhere. I also noticed that we're gonna have to do some multiplication, and if you are not the strongest with multiplication, A, that's fine, we're gonna work on it. B, you might wanna grab a calculator. So if you don't have one, grab one out.
Is that a mice?
So if you, that's what I'm gonna get to next. The last year. The last year. If you are a little, I was gonna say old, but you're not old. If you're a little hard of seeing this, like I am.
No, my paper is just.
I know, it looks funny on it. I agree. I'm gonna rewrite all of them before we do them. Okay? So if that helps you, you can rewrite it too. So truly this problem is saying 7, and then we have times x minus 4. Alright, so it doesn't matter if the number is out front or out back. So if this 7 lives here, we're gonna treat it the same. Listen, as if it lived here. So we're gonna send it through. So 7 times x is gonna give me
7 times 7x.
just 7x, right? They just kind of end up smack next to each other. And then 7 times negative 4. So make sure you write it in as the minus.
Oh, that's a negative.
Or a minus. You can think of it, I think it's a minus. I can't really tell. We're going to pretend it's a minus. I think it is too. Alright, this problem, I'm going to guess that it says 9 minus 10n. I don't even really know. I'm just going to cross out the originals once I make it up. So, here we are at negative 9, and then we're distributing that in. Okay, so let's start with this one. Negative 9 times positive 9. Negative 81. Be careful with your signs. Negative 9 times negative 10n. I heard somebody say positive. I love that. 90. And then what do I still need next to it? N. Perfect. Alright, the next one I can kind of read. That looks like 4 times 8 plus n. Again, even if it's not what it says, I'm just going to make up my new one so we can go with it. Any of the examples are good examples. We just need to agree on what's there. Alright, what should I do with the 4? Yeah, let's multiply it in. So 4 times 8? 32. 4 times n? 4n. Okay, the next one has a negative out front. And it looks like this. So again, I'm just going to continue with this rewriting because I feel like they look easier to see this way. Alright, so if there's not a number out front, what's really hanging out front? Like what number is hiding here but we can't see it? 1, right? It's almost like you have a little invisible imaginary friend there. So if there's no number, you can put a 1 there to help yourself remember. What is negative 1 times 4m? Negative.
Negative 3.
Well, you're multiplying. Negative 4m. Next one. A negative times a negative is a positive. And then 1 times 4 is 4. So if it helps doing it that way, like compartmentalizing and thinking about the negatives and then the numbers, do that. Alright, I see 2 times x plus 2. And even if it's not, that's what we're going to go with. Alright, when I distribute 2 times x, 2 times x, 2, also x, right? Okay, and then 2 times 2? 2 times 2? 4. is almost, I was gonna say, I was having a moment where I was like, we did this problem. This is really close to this one, isn't it? Okay, here we go. 4 times x.
4.
4x. 4 times negative 7.
Negative 28.
Yes. Correct. Now the nice thing about these is that they're one step. So 1 step and we're done. We don't have multiple steps for these. And it's the same process every time, so we have some nice consistency too. Alright, if there's no number out front, what's really hanging out there? A 1. So it's a negative 1. Alright. Negative 1 times p.
What negative p?
Negative p. Negative 1 times negative 4. Negative times a negative.
4. Positive.
Yeah, it'll be a positive 4. So be careful with the signs. Kind of similar to what we were talking about during the warm-up. The signs matter here. Alright, I'm going to pretend this says 6 and then m plus 8. I don't know if that's what it says, but that's what we're going to go with.
Is that 36?
I think it is too, but, you know. Here we go. 6 times m.
6m.
6m. Ooh, 6 times 8.
48.
48. Random fun fact, this was like the one multiplication I was bad at was the 6 times 8 and 6 times 7. Like those were the two that took me, I feel like, the longest. Because back in the day they were pretty intense about like time tests. Did you have to do time tests when you were a kid too?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah. Do you guys still do time tests with multiplication? With multiplication facts? That used to be a thing.
I did that when I was younger.
It was big in like elementary school.
Yeah, it was really big in elementary school. But this was like my worst fact was 6 times 8 and 7 times 8. Or not, sorry, 6 times 8 and 6 times 7. Those were my two worst. Alright, anyways. I'm gonna say negative 9 and I'm gonna say 7n minus 6 for this one. Alright, negative 9 times 7. So negative times a positive.
Negative 36.
That you read it backwards. Not 36, but 63. Yep, n. A negative times a negative is a positive, and then 9 times 6 is 9 times 6. 54. Good. Last one. Negative 6, and I'm gonna go with h minus 3. Alright, negative 6 times h. Negative 6h. Negative 6 times negative 3.
18.
Yeah, and I like how you said just 18 because it's positive, right? Okay, so there are no like terms to add. Like let's go back and look at these real quick. Can I add something with an h and something that's just a number? Are those things I can combine? No, I would love to combine because I'm very much, like I like to condense stuff and make it like neat and tidy, but this is not something that I can tidy up anymore. So this has to stay like this. This has to stay like this. So none of them can be combined further. So we shouldn't be seeing a lot of like terms today. We should just be seeing distributing and be careful with your signs. I think that's the biggest trick of the day.